Howdy, it's me, Manic coming to you from the bunker system. Just with the weekly update. Still working on the thing, and last week the train observation deal, okay, and that's working out really good. Everybody loves it. They don't know how they're going to get the traffic through. I found out last year that this train display had traffic backed up all the way out of the parking lot, onto the street, down the street, and onto the ramp, off onto the freeway. The cops came in and said, hey, you need to just let people in for free to see this thing, because they're causing a traffic hazard out on the freeway. That's how exciting it is, and I'm a part of it. Okay, I've got some records, not many, but some. Here's kind of an obscure album on Decca, the vault labels. Interestingly enough, it's not like Turnabout or None Such. It's Decca, Microtonal Fantasy, the music of John Eaton. It's an interesting album that it's a mix of 1968. And I can say this in the video because it's not like, I'm not going to blog it because John's still making music. And he does some, he's making very interesting music based on his microtonal scales, whatever. Anyway, and he gets people that he used to get people that would to play his music, and they would say, I don't want to do it because I spent my whole life trying to keep my instruments in tune, and now you're asking me to make them all weird, and I don't want to play your music. But some of the music is sort of like science fiction-y, like good old school science fiction, like 1968, no, earlier, like late 50s, early 60s. But then there's some other stuff on it. And there's the soprano from Japan, Miko Hirayama. And some people go, ooh, soprano, John said, ooh, the soprano. But I like it. Whenever there's a soprano in avant-garde music, I'm all ears. Because I think of Yama Sumak. I probably pronounced your name wrong. Anyway, and he also plays some instrument called a synket, which is a remarkable electronic instrument developed in 1964 by Paul Kethoff. There's just some weird stuff going on. Anyway, I'm not even going to feature it. Why am I going on and on and on? Now, the Ford family, I bought two records from the Ford family. There they are with their camper touring the Ford family from around St. Louis, anyway, Missouri somewhere, sealed on eBay. And I'm going to put a link down there because a friend of mine said it's the worst song you ever found. The Ford family, the worst song you ever found down there. But several days ago, I thought the worst song I ever found, and I'm sticking with this one, although my friend thinks the other one is worse, apparently, because I sent him both links. Anyway, is Tim Tucker, The House of Skin. Isn't that an awesome cover? And the title track, The House of Skin, is, I'm putting a link down there because just the words and the presentation, it's just, I can't even describe it. Just go listen to it. Okay. And some records I picked up today. It's Stan Kenton and his orchestra, June Christie, the Four Freshmen. There it's written this way, but then you have to look at it this way. I normally wouldn't pick it up, but it's autographed by Stan Kenton. I got it for 50 cents at half-price books. I don't know if Stan Kenton's autograph's worth anything. I bought it to resell. Anyway, okay. Burning Bridges by the Mike Curb Congregation. The Mike Curb, I have no idea. I think I may already have that. I can't remember. This was kind of a fun find. I've been looking at this on eBay for a while now. Now I picked it up for 50 cents at half-price books. Everything you always wanted to hear on the Moog. It's the Moog record that apologized for Moog. I always mispronounce that. Do you even talk about Moog? Rhymes with rogue. Moog. It apologizes for being a Moog record at the time when people were making them, because it's like, hey, I want to hear Bolero done like I've heard it a million times before. And they're saying, well, no, maybe you don't. Maybe you want to hear it done on the Moog. And just because a 2-record set, Marcel Tabu 2, Art of the Oboe, some kind of, oh, it's out of Columbus. Ooh, it's a local, kind of obscure local pressing out of Columbus. About the man and the oboe, Art of the Oboe, cornet, obscure. I bought it because I know that Mike, the 71-year-old guy that looks like a homeless person, that runs the record store in the really horrible part of town where I got the $50 traffic ticket for parking in the truck zone that looked like a regular parking space, he'll love that record. I know he will. I bought it to give to him. Sticks and Bones, Marty Gold. I got this one, but this is a fabulously minty fresh copy, 1959 copy of that record. And I've got this one too, and I'm not sure if I'll feature it because I know you guys haven't heard it. And Astro Musical Odyssey sounds galactic. It's John Keating, arrangements by John Keating. I like this album, but I don't know which one I'll feature. I think I may have to feature the John Eaton, something off the John Eaton album. Oh, just because. And then the Soprano thing. I don't know, but this one, I think I'm not sure. That wasn't good. I'm not gonna put in the part where I cut out the part where I was picking my nose, because it's just, you can't. It's just something you don't really want. And what else was I talking about? Oh, here's the weird thing about. Here's the story. Here's the day story. I try to repair everything. There's something in my genes. I buy old crap and I try to fix it up. I've always been that way. I have 2 old houses I fixed up. I have cars that are junky. I try to keep them running. I fix everything. Most of the time I don't know how to fix what I'm fixing. I just jump in and try to fix it. I figure somehow it's going to be cheaper for me to keep things running, to keep things right if I fix it myself. Most of the time I'm right about that. But the FS55, the carburetor, I spent weeks and I had to go to the parts store and I bought a rebuild kit. God knows how much that was. And some other things, and and it ran all summer and it stopped working again. So what do? I finally give up and I look online for a carburetor. I can buy a new one delivered to the house for 30 bucks. I think that's going to be the problem. There's some kind of little fuel pump deal that if it gets messed up, it's the end of it. Anyway, I don't know. I'm going to put the new carburetor on, and that'll probably take care of the problem. And I should have done that before. I did that once with the Jeep. When the little door pole, it broke, and I thought, this is going to be one of those parts. You go to the dealership, and they want like 50 bucks for this little rubber triangle thing that goes on the frame to keep the leaf springs from smashing. It's a special thing. Just for a couple of years, they didn't do it after that. It's not the actual bumper. It's another kind of weird little bumper. And I thought, this is going to be. I went to Chrysler, and they wanted like 50 bucks for these little rubber triangles. It was insane. So I got online and I found them at a junkyard. Then they sent me the wrong part, and I had to say, this is the wrong part. Send me another one. The new part, but it's not. But the pull on the door, it's the same thing. So I'm looking. I spend 3 hours, and I go to Chrysler, and they want $11 for a new pull. So it's not always the best thing to try to find something at a junkyard to fix it yourself. Although usually that works out, and it is the best thing, but not always the best thing. That's the end of that story. Okay, now for the